Welcome to Hanoi, Vietnam. Today I find myself in Hanoi, the capital and second most populous city of Vietnam after Ho Chi Minh City. It was first officially established in 1010 AD by Vietnamese Emperor Lý Thái Tâu after previously falling under Chinese rule for around 1,000 years. Since then, the city flourished as an imperial centre, whilst in the past 200 years emerged through colonial rule, foreign involvement and multiple wars. And now, today, the city stands as one of great character and beauty, with a unique mix of both ancient traditions and modern ways of life. So, let's explore the oldest city in Southeast Asia, Hanoi, Vietnam.
Going over it, people walking everywhere, people selling stuff. This is awesome. I love this. It's actually quite cold in Hanoi, so it's actually quite nice to walk around. I really like this. So what do people usually do in Vietnam for Vietnamese New Year, for Tết? Do you go home and see family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do some kind of stuff for our ancestors. Meaning like we're gonna like prepare really good food.
Yeah.
And bring it to our ancestors. One day before that, let's say February 9th, we're gonna go to their grave and then invite them to come back to home and then enjoy the Lunar New Year with us.
Yeah.
And during that day, we serve like really good food for our ancestors.
Really? So you
Yeah.
put it in front of your ancestors, then wait for a little bit, and then you eat it.
Yeah.
So it's like a way of sharing a meal with your past family members who have died.
Yeah.
The Old Quarter, referring to the 36 streets that make up the urban centre of Hanoi City, is likely the first place any tourist will visit on their first trip here. And for good reason. Famous landmarks like the Huan Kim Lake, St. Joseph's Cathedral, as well as the abundance of delicious eating and drinking locations make for a unique charm and a sensory overload of sights, sounds and smells.
So my first breakfast meal here is beef pho. And this is whey, it sounds like soft bread. You dip in. Ngon lắm. What did you say? Ngon
Vãi.
ngon phái. Ngon phái. Bao nhiêu tiền? Bao nhiêu tiền? How much? Bao nhiêu tiền?
175.
I don't know.
107.
Okay, one sip. 170,000 dong for free pho. Thank you. Chúc mừng năm mới.
Now, the next destination couldn't be more different to the Old Quarter. Amidst the growing urban population in a place like Hanoi, the Vietnamese government has looked to find urban living alternatives in the form of mini man-made cities, a trend seemingly on the rise all across Asia. Now, when I came to Vietnam, I didn't really think I'd be ending up in a place called Ocean City. And this mega complex, which too was convincing me was Hanoi's response to Disneyland and Venice all in one, is definitely, shall we say, unique.
As you can see, there's so many colours around here. The buildings look like a dollhouse almost. It's probably not my cup of tea, but I think a lot of people would probably enjoy coming to a place like this if they're into like gimmicks and attractions like this. It's almost Hanoi's version of Disneyland. So bizarre. All just like a man-made river here. This whole area is huge and you can take like a boat ride up there, but at the moment it's Tet holidays, so there's not many people around, so that's why it looks so bare. And there's a pirate ship here, or some kind of big ship here. You can see they've really put in a lot of money into the amount of restaurants and cafes that are around here, that's for sure. I do not feel like I'm in Hanoi at all right now.
This 1,200 hectare area in the east of Hanoi is definitely trying to cater for a particular type of lifestyle. From the large man-made beach to the modern apartments and electric buses, it is definitely symbolic of a desire to promote a different side of and future for Vietnam.
We're about to go into the expressway, the Hanoi Expressway. Is it new, this highway?
Yeah, just a couple years
Oh, a couple of years old. So this highway is only a couple of years old. Wow. It looks really new. This is cool. I kind of wonder how many houses they knocked down to build this.
So as urban populations continue to grow at rapid speeds in Southeast Asia, it will be interesting to observe how and if a place like Ocean City will continue to grow in the future. I think at its core, a lot of the services a place like this provide are inherently good. From the transport, clean streets, modern restaurants, and even the largest private university.
And it's a pretty grand building. Look at that spire. It's huge. This place is insane.
But establishing an identity and sense of natural energy in a somewhat artificial city will always be the challenge. So let's see how that plays out.
Yeah, it's probably still finding its identity, I would say. It needs to find its true identity because I don't really know what it is at the moment. So that's something for the Vin group to work on. Yeah.
Cool. Maybe we're on the way to finding it.
Yeah,
This way.
maybe, exactly.
So please come here from the mall for Vinhome Motion Park.
You heard it from two first.
Now, from the ultra-modern to the very traditional, Bat Chang Ceramics Village was the next destination on the agenda, and is quite honestly stunning. Located on the outskirts of Hanoi, Bat Chang Ceramic Village dates back to the 14th century, and is one of the oldest and most popular pottery villages in Vietnam.
So this is the Bat Chang Ceramics Village, the most famous in Vietnam. And some of the craftsmanship and some of the pottery here is unbelievable. Look at this shop. So beautiful. These things are worth a lot of money, but this pot here, this like golden pot, I just asked the lady over there, it's worth 5,000 USD. So just have a look at this shop. Look at some of the stuff in here. It is insane. Look at that. The stuff in here is probably worth like, oh my god, I'd hate to think millions of dollars. It's insane. Who's buying this stuff? That's what I want to know.
The answer to that question is people from all around the world, as I found out later from Wei, a local woman whose family-owned pottery business has been passed down through 7 generations.
Châu Âu bây giờ cũng rất nhiều người thích nha. Cái hoa văn này này.
This item is very
Về hoa.
favorite. In Indian, they like this kind of design.
When was this village first created?
Nếu mà nói về thời tuổi Di ấy, cụ chứ là khoảng 600 năm trước.
Yeah,
Hơn
about
600 năm trước.
600 years ago.
600 years ago. Wow.
Along town.
In many ways, Hanoi seems to be more and more emerging as a city of contrasts. From ancient traditions dating back hundreds of years to the ultra-modern, it is truly a fascinating city. Being here just for a few days is obviously not enough to scratch the surface of this city and country. But I'll just make sure next time I'll bring my swimming suit so I can take a dip in that insanely large man-made beach. Anyway, from Hanoi and until next time, I'll see you soon.